Welcome to ProjectME, the podcast. I'm your host, Tiffany Carter, the founder of ProjectME, multimillionaire entrepreneur, former TV newscaster, money-making expert, female empowerment speaker, and self-proclaimed office supply addict. My mission is to take the mystery out of making big money. Every week on ProjectME, the podcast, I'll share success tips, strategies, and stories from other entrepreneurs, experts, and millionaires, showing you exactly how you can achieve your most exceptional life. Now let's get to it. Time for a mindset reset. The truth and lies about making major money online without exhausting yourself. You are listening to ProjectME with Tiffany Carter, the podcast and posse. I'm your host, Tiffany, and I couldn't be more excited to do this episode for you today because I need to hear whatever is going to come out of my mouth myself. You first need to know that everyone is losing their shit behind the scenes in business at multiple points during a month, not a year, a month. And anyone who says they're not, they're just maybe not going big enough, or they don't have enough on the line. Because even my other business I have that I've had for 14 years, although that runs kind of like a well-oiled machine because I've had it for so long, and there's also not as much an emotional attachment there with clients because it's B2B, right? Business to business. Corporate clients. So there's just not as much of an emotional, deep passion exchange. That doesn't mean I don't care. It's just different. It's more of a corporate vibe, right? Than it is going after your dream business and helping other people achieve their dream business, their dream lifestyle, their dream bank account. It's just different. And this is a personal brand and that isn't. But there's still stuff that goes on over there after having it for that long. Right. And when you are in your first, I would even say 5 years of any business, you are in growth. You should be always growing unless you've been around a really long time and your goal isn't to grow. You just want to sustain. So I just want you to hear this. Like, I know what goes on behind the scenes of a lot of people that you follow online. I coach some of them. And they're losing their shit too. Some people aren't comfortable sharing it publicly, and I'm not judging them for that. I've made a brand around doing it. It's also part of my personality. I want to make sure you guys know what's up, the good, bad, ugly, the super sexy side of entrepreneurship, the ugly side, the scary side, all the sides. I want you to know it. And that's why you come to me and trust me. And I'm really grateful for that. And I felt we needed this mindset reset. So let's get into the truth and lies about making major money online without exhausting yourself. There are a lot of people who have made, a good deal of money online, except, and this might be you, but they are burned the F out, just fried. They've been eaten alive by the content monster. And, I call it the content monster because it's always hungry, never satisfied, and demands more and more and more. And I'm sure some of you are feeling this right now with the algorithm changes yet again with Instagram. Everyone's engagement has tanked even by more than 50%. As they're doing this, now they're demanding more video, which makes it harder for you to even have people help you produce content because you have to be in the video. And it can just feel like it's all too much at times. You're servicing your clients, then you need to come up with new offers, but then you need your creative energy, and then you need to take care of your household and your kids and your relationships and your health. And it can just be too much. We don't need to do all the things in order to make major bank online. That is some programming that most of us have, and it can be multi-generational, that you've got to do more to get more. You've got to be different to have different. I'm not saying there aren't some of you who've been toe dipping in your business and yet you're expecting to have amazing results. You want to do the minimal effort and have maximum results. Like that doesn't work, period. In any industry, it just doesn't work. There may have been some areas in your life where you were able to get away with it. Maybe in school, you were naturally smart, and so you got the easy A. Or maybe in athletics, you didn't have to try that hard and you succeeded. But in the business world, it doesn't work like that. But if you are in this for the long game, if you are in this to make sustainable, amazing cash and to help people year after year after year, and you're not just coming in for a hot minute, you're going to have to make sure that you have systems in place and people helping you and boundaries in order for this to be sustainable, or you will burn out. Because your business is always with you now, with everything that's mobile and all the apps that are on your phones. So you could be at your kid's soccer game. Now you're creating content on your phone during the game. You're always multitasking. Your brain is never getting a break, and you end up with creative fatigue. And then you end up showing up in a lower vibe energy or in a have to energy, and then that repels people. That's not going to work. I have had some of my busiest days, which I really tried to avoid. Like, I am truly not available for doing anything unnecessarily hard. One of my big secrets, I guess, to my success without being able to run $2 million businesses, have a lot of people that work for me, that work with me, manage and service at a very high level all my clients, whether they're in my mastermind programs or private clients, and then do all the servicing I have to do on myself, which, by the way, I don't know about you, but that shit's a full-time job. And I'm not just talking about like getting the hair extensions and the Botox. I'm talking about managing my own demons, this overthinking, overanalyzing brain of mine, taking time to work with my coaches that I've hired and follow through and do that homework. Do work on my physical body. I mean, that's a full-time job in of itself. And do I lose my shit sometimes? Of course I do. But the reason why I'm able to get all this accomplished and do what I do with an overall relatively sense of ease, aside for when I'm launching, okay? Like when you're in a launch mode and it's a big launch, it's not uncommon for you to lose your shit at times, especially when things happen. And I'm going to be doing a series starting next week. It might be probably a three-part series, giving you the whole lowdown on the launch that we're in right now. And tomorrow is actually the final day of my Selling with Soul launch. And that is my signature program that I only launch once a year. Now, the problem Selling with Soul solves is to teach you how to package and promote your offers in a way that feels good to you and your ideal clients. You don't need to be sliding into people's DMs. You don't need to be posting and hoping. You don't need to be annoying people with buy from me messaging or any manipulative sales tactics. There's a genuine and high integrity way to sell out your offers, one that will make your people feel excited, safe, and eager to work with you. And I know that's what you want. Because the people who feel excited, safe, and eager to work with you, they're going to come back and work with you again and again and again. So this is a really cool hybrid program between a course and a live group coaching program. So there's pre-recorded modules, workbooks, sales scripts, $13,000 of bonuses, plus every single week for 5 weeks, and then I'm giving you a bonus week, you get me live for your questions. And all of it's in there. Everything that I have finessed and massaged, all of the dozens and dozens of major mistakes I've learned and the big wins I've had are all packaged in here so that you are able to get consistent cash and clients online and to convert strangers and attract more strangers than convert them into buying from you. So if you are tired of potential clients not buying from you when you know they need your help, you're tired of waiting for it to be your time to finally get paid for doing what you love, if you're tired of people telling you they can't afford it or don't have the time, if you're tired of spending hours on creating content and getting 0 people buying from you, if you're tired of getting crazy nervous for sales calls because you don't really know what to ask or what to say, this is for you. This is perfect for you if you are below making $15,000 a month consistently. Period. End of story. If you're beyond 15K or more a month, I would highly recommend you apply for my 2-month private coaching program. But if you're below that, this will absolutely get you there as long as you follow through. These techniques are responsible for generating over $160 million in sales transactions with all of the clients that I've worked with. So you'll be learning my famous emotional-based sales techniques in a way that will change your business life forever, that you'll be able to use for many years to come, just as I've been using it for many years. But this is your last 24-hour period to get in. I will not make this available again until next year. What we've done differently this year is against the recommendations of my team, I have made wild payment plan options so that price cannot be an issue for you. And if you come up with a price objection with the payment plans that I've made available, then you just don't want it badly enough, or you're just not at a point where you're in enough pain and discomfort where you're willing to learn from me and invest your money, your time, your energy, and your heart into learning how to do the damn thing. And I'm not judging you. Maybe you need to keep telling yourself that you need to figure this out on your own and do some low budget stuff and keep going at it. Maybe you'll be in enough pain next year. I don't know if I'll have these payment plans next year. We'll see how it works out. But go to projectmewithtiffany.com/selling with soul, projectmewithtiffany.com/selling with soul. You can swipe up the links in the show notes. It's also in my link in bio on my Instagram at ProjectMeWithTiffany. Go check out the page, all the great results prior students have had, all the details, and you'll know very quickly if this is the program for you to do. It's very obvious. You can even go deeper into the frequently asked questions. If there's things in there that you're like, God, I'm not 100% sure, and you're one of those people who like needs more certainty and clarification, I totally get it. Just DM me on Instagram at ProjectMeWithTiffany and tell me what you do and what you're struggling with, and ask me if this is the right fit for you, the best use of your time, energy, and money right now. And I'll tell you, it doesn't behoove me. That's a weird word, isn't it? Behoove. It doesn't behoove me to tell you or to try to sell you, which is the opposite of what I teach in my program, right? It does not behoove me to say you're good for something just to get your money when you're not, because then you won't get results, and that's not a good look on me. And then it's going to affect the whole vibe of the group. So we don't need to do those things. I know the right people who know it's time to stop effing around, and they know it's time to really, really do baller boss moves for their business and go for it. And you have lifetime access. So if some shit hits the fan in your life and you're not able to finish the program right now and you need to put it on pause until June, it doesn't matter. Even you can come back to it next year. The live trainings will be there for you to refer back to. But a lot of people can't make the live trainings because we have people from all over the world. So don't be tripping about the live trainings. I make sure that you get what you need inside of there for you to get results. And there's homework. We have a private Facebook group for questions, but feel free to DM me any questions. Don't wait on this, because you'll be waiting till next year, and then you'll be wasting your money on a bunch of other crap that's out there that might sound sexier to you, like how to grow your following or some shit like that. It's like, that's nice. You can grow your following all you want, but if you don't know how to get people excited to buy from you in a non-manipulative way that doesn't feel exhausting to you, you're going to have a problem. I know, I went off on that. I kind of want to say behoove in like another sentence. And then I'm saying it so much now, I'm like, God, is that a word? Am I even saying it right? Do you ever say a word and you're like, is that a word? Am I really saying that correctly? So back to exhausting yourself. One of the things that you're doing that's exhausting is you're doing here's the analogy for you. You are eating all the sides on your plate. So you're eating the mashed potatoes and the green beans on your plate and not the damn meat. So you're going around and kind of picking off the stuff that feels easier, that tastes better, that seems more attractive to you. And then you're leaving the most important part, the foundational part of the meal, the foundational part of your business, you're kind of leaving behind and then getting pissed off that you're putting in all this time, money, energy, and effort and nothing's working. Yet you've not gone after the Holy Grail. You've not hired a higher level person. You've not even gotten someone who is a more maybe experienced VA to help you. You have not hired a coach maybe privately, and now you're at that point. You have not done a higher level program because the money freaked you out and you saw someone else's offer and it was cheaper. So maybe I'll just learn from this kind of more junior person first, because they're still further ahead than I am, and I'll learn from them first. Well, why aren't you going for the Holy Grail? I did the same thing. And you're exhausting yourself because you're wasting and depleting more time and energy going after all the stupid stuff, like doing a Reels challenge. I see a lot of you guys doing one reel a day, and I'm not putting it down. If that seems fun for you and exciting for you, but none of that matters if you do not know how to package and price your offerings, brand yourself, create profitable content, and promote all of your stuff, whether it's free or paid offers, in a way that will have people excited and eager to buy from you. If you don't know how to do those 4 foundational things very clearly, I don't care how many fucking reels you do. I don't care if you go on TikTok and you're like, but Tiffany, I have all these views on TikTok. So what? They're not going to convert into sales for you, or they're just going to trickle in. It's not going to be some big number or some consistent number, or you're going to be trading so much time and energy for it that it's not sustainable. And I know a lot of you are at this point because I was there too. I did that too. I really thought that I had to figure it out on my own. It was like a rite of passage. I thought, who am I to be, hiring this person, that person, doing that when I'm not making all this money yet? Well, that's the exact point. That's when you should be investing all of the money, is when you're not making the money so you can make the money. But I wasn't thinking like that either. I was like, well, I don't really have the right to be. What am I going to go into more debt here in order to do it? Yes, that's called investing in your business. Yes, because you're going into debt anyway. You're going into energetic debt. You're going into physical debt. You're going into mental debt. And you spending, someone spending a little bit of money at a time, over a course of many years, that'll add up to more money than it would have if you just hired the best to begin with, But I didn't think like that either. I had to learn the hard way, which is why I want to make sure that you see this yourself. So the other truth about making money online, a lot of these people who you see, including myself, who are making a lot of money online, we made some choices. It's all about choices, and there's a catch to every choice. We made choices and made a decision that we're doing the damn thing and going all in and showing up until, not showing up if we get proof that this is working. That doesn't work like that. We're showing up until this doesn't work. This launch didn't happen didn't work as expected. I'm not getting all these, downloads on my podcast when I started, which I didn't. So what was I going to quit? Most people end up quitting before the very thing happens because they're wanting, in our microwave society, they're wanting instant validation that it's working because it's like a dopamine hit. And we've been marketed to and programmed for that hit. Instagram feeds into that. TikTok feeds into that, right? Getting the likes, seeing how many views we have, instant gratification. They have a team of psychologists working there. Same with video games are set up like that. That's why there's people addicted to the video games. You get the points and then this happens and you get to this level. It keeps you sucked in and then you want more and you want more and then you're chasing it. Well, when it comes to making real money online, you might get a little bit of satisfaction. You might get a bone here or there, but it's never going to be when you want it to be. It's never going to look how you want it to look. It's always going to take you longer than you want it to take. Period. End of story. And you have to keep showing up regardless. And that's a decision. And it is really uncomfortable. The other decision that the people you see who are making consistent cash online that they've made is continuing to put money back into their business. It's no different than you see a restaurant, a clothing store, a hotel, a law firm. When you are wanting to grow a business, especially in those first 5 years, you've got to keep reinvesting back in the business. You watch Shark Tank, it's said almost in every episode. They won't invest in a company, nor will I. I'm an investor. I won't invest in someone's company unless I know they're taking the least amount of salary possible. They're paying themselves the least amount possible. And all the rest is going back in the business. That is a true entrepreneur. That's what's required for growth. We're trying to generate income. That's what I'm trying to help you guys with when people come to me at that stage in business. We need to get cash coming in your business. That is the priority in all of my programs. We've got to get fresh cash flowing into your business so that you can reinvest that back into your business. Also, I want fresh cash flowing in because for your mindset, you start going, okay, I see this is working. I see this is possible. This gives me fuel. This gives me hope. It's no different than if someone's trying to lose weight, right? It never peels off as fast as you want. But once you start seeing, my pants fit a little bit looser, right? That's enough for you to keep going. That's my job when you guys come to me. No one comes to me unless they're my high-level entrepreneurs, which I have a separate program for, right? For people who are already in the multiple six figures, scaling to seven figures and multiple seven figures. But they're not taking, it's not like they're sitting there making $500,000 a year and they're keeping $400,000 of that as their personal income. No. They're taking as little of that as possible to cover their lifestyle, right? And the rest is going and hiring more people to help them grow the business so they can work less and grow it faster because you only have so much time and energy in a day. So you've got to replicate yourself by hiring people and people doing things for you in your personal life, in your professional life, right? Time is money. Maybe it's that they have to also reinvest in new software tools, having a website redone, the time and energy into a new program, right? Or they're going into a new avenue and doing a new offering. But they're looking at it differently is my point. And I shouldn't just say there, it's weird because I am too. I had to be trained though. I didn't always look at it like this. Thank God I had, and I still do have, but I had some really solid coaches when I was not so stubborn and cheap in those first 5 years to hire them. This is why I'm so adamant, because I could have made this so much easier on myself. Really. It's that I look at, okay, how much I need to bring in more so I can invest more, because then I can grow more while doing less. So I just want you to look at it differently. And of course you need to pay your bills. I do too. And I have a lot of bills, okay? Because I like living a luxury lifestyle. But that's why we've got to prioritize getting fresh cash in your business. A lot of you are you're chasing low-hanging crap. And I'm not trying to insult you. You just are being sold to on that. And it seems easier, and you might not realize you're doing it. It just seems easier. So you're doing that and not going after the meat. Like chasing low-hanging crap is doing like a Reels challenge. Like doing a Reels challenge when you do not have the foundation set in your business and the systems of attracting new ideal clients that are strangers and converting them to buy from you. That makes no sense. That'd be like eating just mashed potatoes for dinner every night and expecting to be able to have sustainable energy and health. It doesn't make any sense. Yet that's what so many of you are doing, because the people marketing to you make it seem like it's that simple. You just go viral and all these people buy from you. Not true. Not if you don't have all the other stuff set up. You'll end up with an audience of people who don't buy from you. I coach a lot of those people, especially in the fitness and wellness industry, and it does not feel good. And we have to go back and start reverse engineering things. I do not want to see you guys looking at posting more and doing more is a profitable business strategy. It's actually not. Preserving your energy and strategically managing your time and deliberately doing certain core revenue generating activities, that's where the money's at. Because if you exhaust yourself and deplete yourself, now we do not have the most important asset in your business, which is you. Now we've lost that asset. And now what are we going to do with it? We've got to maintain that part of it and have you in for the long haul. This is why I always make sure we focus every single thing I teach you, whether it's my free stuff or inside my programs, is I cut out all the stuff that you do not need to focus on. I promise you, if I felt you needed to focus on it to make money, I would tell you it would be included. I exclude all of that. You don't need more to do. But our egos will tell us, but if I do more, doing more means more success, and more is better. More is better. No, less is more unless you're doing jack shit right now. And I, there's some of you doing jack shit. There's some of you who know you're toe dipping, but you're not sure what you're supposed to go all in with, right? You hear people say go all in. It's like, okay. Well, what am I supposed to be focusing on? Well, if you don't know, then you need to allow me to show you. You're going to have to put your money where your dreams are and go check out Selling with Soul. Seriously. ProjectMeWithTiffany.com/selling with soul. Swipe up for the link. Go check it out. If anything, go look at the page because I spent a lot of time on that. And so did my team. A lot of time on that to make sure that you guys clearly understood what problems are being solved in there and what makes it different. This is not going to just be more information. You're going to actually know exactly what you need to focus on, what you need to do step by step and word for word, and cut out all the rest. You have too much noise going on in your head, and then it's making you spin out. It's making you do nothing. It's making you not show up. It's depleting you. And now how are you going to be able to serve at your highest good when you're in that energy state? It's a repelling energy state. It's not going to work. So we need to make sure that you have that clarity and focus, because that's what's going to give you the excitement. That's what's going to make you an abundance attractor. That's what's going to make you magnetic to strangers on the interwebs. I know I got really passionate in this episode. What was the word I was using before? Behoove. I really would love to have a powerful closing statement with behoove, but I can't think of it right now. Wishing you guys great health, wealth, and worth as always. Love you. If you enjoyed this podcast, please write a 5-star review on iTunes. Not only will this make me super happy, but it will allow more listeners to find our special show. Simply help me help others.